Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel where I help people with insomnia who have tried absolutely everything to get the sleep that they need. Because I have been there, it took me 30 years to figure it out. And that's what I'm here to teach you, and that's how I'm going to help you. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about how to have more energy the next day, even if you don't sleep. Now, I know this doesn't seem possible, but it is. It really is possible. And it was a huge discovery that I made when I was going through my journey. So I know what it's like to wake up, feel exhausted, no motivation for the day, and you might be upset like, how am I going to get through this day? How am I going to go through another day at my job, my work? How am I going to be a good parent? How am I going to be a good spouse? My spouse wants to go out and do things and have fun, and I just want to snuggle in a corner on my couch, wrap myself in a blanket, and avoid the world and just watch TV shows all day or movies, whatever. That was me. I just wanted to hide from the world and be in a corner and be grumpy and upset all alone. Just leave me alone. Let me be in my corner and rest. I have been there. So I'm here to tell you that even if you don't sleep and you feel this way, there are ways to get more sleep. Get more sleep. Well, there are more ways to get more sleep, but there are ways to get more energy, even if you don't get any sleep. So let's talk about a couple things. First off, the reason I was about to say also, don't think this is going to be about, go out, get some sunshine, some walking, some fresh air, or meditate, or whatever, things like that. No, there is a bigger underlying reason to why you feel like crap the next day. And it's not that you didn't sleep. Yes, of course, not sleeping, you're not going to feel great the next day, but there's stuff that we're doing that's making us feel even worse, like way, way worse. And once I figured this out, even before I started sleeping again, I started having some energy. Yeah, I still had that underlying tiredness, that heavy feeling. That's what I felt. It just always felt heavy. I started to have more energy for things mentally, physically. I started to get much better, and it really helped. Now, it's not easy, what I'm about to teach you. In the beginning, it can be challenging to do what I'm about to teach you. Not super challenging. I mean, anyone can do it, but at first it's kind of challenging. So let's talk about it. Emotional fatigue. I've talked about this on the channel before. I don't know which videos. I've definitely posted about it on Instagram, so you might already know a little bit about it. So when we feel a lot of emotions, I have a frog in my throat. When we feel a lot of emotions like anger, frustration, sadness, depression, anger, I think I already said that one. Just name an emotion. And you're crying, you're upset, you feel fatigued. If you've ever had that, not talking about sleep, just in general, if you've been upset, you were crying, how did you feel the rest of the day? Probably not great, right? I don't know, you feel drained. That's the best word I can use. You feel drained the rest of the day, emotionally and physically. I have been there many times. I'm going through some holotropic breath work and things like that. If you look it up, you'll see how emotional it can be, and it's really affected me the whole day. And I'm going through that right now this week. I'm very drained from it, but this is different. Same thing that's making me feel drained. Anyway, so when we're up at night and we are fighting or we're chasing sleep, we're trying to fight being awake, we're trying to take supplements, we're getting upset because nothing's working, we're trying that sleep meditation, it's not working, we're getting upset more, we're getting more upset, we're getting frustrated, we're getting angry, and like, why? Just, you feel all those emotionals. You might be crying like I did. I spent many nights awake crying like, why? This isn't fair. Why is this happening? And then you don't sleep. First off, your stress levels are way high. Your hyperarousal is up. You're upset. Of course, you're not going to be able to sleep. And then you feel like crap the next day. It feels horrible. So, a lot of that, yes, you didn't sleep. So, of course, you're going to feel more tired the next day. But all the frustration and emotions and everything that you're feeling are draining that energy that you have so that you don't have it the next day and you're going to feel drained. It's going to carry on throughout your day. So if instead we approach sleep by realizing that sleep is a passive process and we can't really do anything about it, we can't make sleep happen. Even though marketing makes it seem like you can't make sleep happen. You're not going to be able to do that. So if we instead didn't try to chase sleep, didn't try to make sleep happen, and theoretically we were just like, okay, fine, I will be awake all night, calm, and not do anything about it, technically you would feel so much better the next day because you didn't burn up all the energy with all the emotions and drain yourself. Just being frustrated alone drains you. It's a draining emotion. Now, obviously, it's not easy to just go like, okay, I'm awake, whatever. Bring it on. I'm okay with zero frustration or stress about it. But I just wanted to use that as an example. You would feel so much better the next day. And the first time that I didn't try to fight sleeplessness and I just made the night enjoyable as I can, I felt so much better the next day. And that was enough to show me like, whoa, that really does make a difference. And that motivation right there helped carry me through. Like, oh, I'm not going to fight sleeplessness again. This is great. I'm feeling so much better. Yeah, I was still tired. Not horribly. Like, I was able to function. I was happy. I had a lot more energy than I had in, 25, 30 years. I had insomnia for 30 years. So it really does make a big difference. And the first time that you actually try not to fight it, you'll probably notice a difference the next day. So how do we do this? Well, starts with education, of course. Trying not to chase sleep because you can't make sleep happen. As I already mentioned, you can't make it happen. It's a passive process. Trying to make yourself sleep with all these different things is just going to lead to more frustration and upset. That mindset shift right there alone will make a big difference, but also, teaching yourself not to fear being awake. I mean, obviously, once I had that reward of more energy, it reduced the fear. I thought it was the lack of sleep that was making me miserable headaches, like feeling physically and mentally like crap, but most of it was the emotional fatigue. So, when you fear sleeplessness, you're going to be trying to fight it. And it's a lot to go through, but if you can write down all your fears about why you don't want to lose sleep, or what's for you personally, why do you fear being awake? What are you afraid is going to happen? Are you afraid you're not going to be able to get through the day because you have made it through every single day before? Are you afraid you're going to lose your job because you've probably gotten through every single day of your job and probably even done well on some things? As hard as it is, we can get through any day on a little sleep. I am proof. I'm living proof. I used to sleep every few days, basically a few days of 0 hours sleep. And then I would get one day of like 2 to 4 hours. That's it. And then another few days of 0 hours sleep. And I've gone through university. I've gone through nursing school. I graduated with honors from nursing school from what do they call it when it's like a 4-year program in 2 years? the sped up version. I forgot what that's called. I worked as a nurse and having to work with patients and do shots and things like that on no sleep. Oh my God. Oh, it was horrible. Bringing back those memories, I remember the struggle. I made it through every day. Not every day was beautiful, but I did. And you can too. Just looking at the evidence can kind of help bring down some of that pressure. As well as at the beginning, when I was talking about maybe you feel like, how am I going to be a good mom? How am I going to be a good worker? How am I going to, whatever it was, be a good parent? All those things. We place all this pressure on ourselves. So we chase sleep. It's part of the fear. And just looking back, I've been a good mom. Even the kids have had fun with me on days of no sleep. I've been a good spouse, and just looking at all that, trying to bring down the pressure and reduce the fear, because that will help you feel less desperate for sleep. Obviously, you want to feel great. We all want to feel great when we're not sleeping. But it's realizing that chasing it and fighting it is only going to make it take longer until you're getting sleep again. So keep applying that, keep practicing that. And if you want to learn more about how to do that and things that are ways that you're fighting sleep, and what to do instead, you can watch my free Insomnia Crash Course. The link is in the description box below. I was going to say comment the word crash course below, but that's on Instagram. On my post, if you comment crash course, a link is automatically sent, but not here on YouTube. So go to the description box, click there. Now for the more obvious things, we've talked about what you can do to reduce the fatigue in the first place the next day and reduce feeling like crap. So what can you do if you feel like crap? Now, these are the obvious ones, getting some sunlight, taking a walk, rest. If you need to rest, don't be scared to rest. Listen to your body. I think we're not very good at listening to our body, and we just want to push, 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 push. Listen to your body. If it's saying rest, rest. If it's saying go watch a comedy that's going to make you laugh, do it. That was my favorite thing. I love watching comedies and just getting some laughter in, and you feel better. Getting out into nature, go take a hot bath, go get a massage, go get a mani-pedi, go treat yourself to some nice food. I don't know, go out to a restaurant. I don't know, whatever it is, whatever sounds good and you can practice self-care, do it. It's going to help you feel better. I was just talking to someone on Instagram about hugging yourself, so I might as well add it here since we were talking about it today. I don't want to knock the microphone, but even just giving yourself a hug when you're not feeling great, I know sounds silly, but it feels good. Just hug yourself and rub your thumbs on your shoulder. Everything's going to be okay. I got your back. I was in a program where they're having us hug ourselves doing this. They're having us, you cross your arms, hold your face. You got your back. And then she had us support our neck and our head like you're holding a baby and supporting its neck and back. Just supporting yourself. I know, sounds silly, but it does feel good. It surprisingly feels good. So just find whatever works for you for self-care and that you feel like you could use. If you could use a hug, hug yourself. Go hug your spouse. Go hug your kids. Go hug someone, your parents, whatever it is. Other than that, those are the main things, How can you reduce it before? Reduce it from actually happening, from feeling like crap the next day, and what to do when you do feel like crap. Oh, hydrate. That's another random one. You know all those. It's the first part that I was talking about. That makes the biggest difference of all. So I hope you found this helpful. And if you like my new video format where I'm not editing, I'm not trying to cut pieces out so that everything flows really fast, I'm just talking like you're sitting here with me, like we're having a conversation, just one-on-one, like a friend, no edits, completely raw. I don't even do my makeup anymore. I hate putting on makeup for a video, and then the rest of the day I'm home. I hate wearing makeup when I'm not going to be going anywhere. I don't like wearing makeup at all. I used to put them on for YouTube videos, but this is me. So that's it. I hope this was helpful. I'm going to sign off here, whatever it's called. I will see you in the next video.